Hello team, how's it going? Welcome to Combat Ready HQ. Welcome to today's video where we're just going to be discussing my thoughts, my opinions and advice for if you're looking to leave the army or for when you will leave the military, because at some point you're going to have to leave. And a lot of people do struggle with it. But before we get into that, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, turn notifications bell on. I believe it really helps push the channel. Join the free Discord below. Check us out on Instagram. Check out our website. We've got some new merch. We've got some coffee. I really appreciate all the support. But getting into the video, a lot of people, including myself, have struggled leaving the military, whether that's pre, so that's while you're in the military in your last year or two, or whether that's post once you're actually out. It can actually be very daunting. If you've done 3 to 4 years, maybe not. But if you've done 5, 6 plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and beyond, it definitely can be very daunting because all you know is the military, and the military is a way of life. It's completely different to a civilian job in my personal opinion. I have now done both. I joined the British Army at 16 straight from school. So I left school in June, July, whenever it is you do your GCSEs. I was at AFC Harrogate in September. So when everyone else started college, I started the army. So that was my journey for me. And then I was into, I was 30, just literally about a month before my 32nd birthday. And it can be a struggle because all you know is army, army, army. And yes, you do get some qualifications, you do some amazing things. But sometimes you look at it, and I've spoke to people before, you're like, what do I do when I leave? Literally, what do I do? All I know is the military. All I know is I have orders read to me every night. They're printed off. I just go and read them. So I get told exactly what I've got to do the next day. I know my job. I've just got to go and do courses. I've just got to stay fit, and I've just got to be good at what I do. Just that's it. And then you're managed, depending on who your chain of command are, depending on how well that'll be. But you are just managed from everything you do. Turn up for PT tomorrow wearing this. After this, you're going to be doing driving. So make sure in your day sack you have this. Anything extra is up to you. You're going on exercise. Fit the kit list. You're going to do this. Go and do this mission. Go and do it. And money is just paid. Okay, slightly different now. But when I first joined, you had your accommodation, you had your food. It all come out your wages. You didn't have to worry. If you spent all your money in the first couple of days, first week, you had food and you had accommodation. Even if you went into married quarters, your rent was so cheap that you still had loads of spare cash left over. Slightly different now because you have pay as you die, and I think they should get rid of it. But there was sort of no money skills. There was no budgeting. It was just do your job. You get paid every day. You get somewhere to sleep. Pretty easy. But at some point we have to leave. And for others, it's easier, and for some it's harder than others. And that's, no fault of their own. Like I said, the army is a way of life, and you do just get sort of tunnel visioned. My opinion is when you join, no matter how long you're planning on doing, whether that's 4 years, 8, 12, 24, or you're looking at doing 30, 40, you hopefully, if you're doing a non-commissioned officer role, but you're planning on commissioning, you want to go all the way to your 55. Good. But plan to leave as soon as you start. One, it will make it easier for when you actually transition, okay? Don't just think, oh, I'm going to leave the army, blah, blah, blah. No, just in the back of your head, like, when I leave the army, I think I'd want to do this, possibly. Start budgeting, start saving, start doing courses, because the military do really help you. A lot of the courses you do now sort of transfer over to civilian qualifications. So I've walked away with loads of certificates. I've got a level 3 in education and coaching. I've got a level 3 in level 3 diploma in first line management. I've got diplomas and level 3s in sort of telecommunications, manual handling, health and safety. That's all just from courses I've done in the army. That's no extra work. You also get something called standard learning credits, where you get £175 every year to spend on a course that benefits you and benefits the army. And you can do quite a bit. First aid at work, mental health first aid, forklift driving, photography. Especially if you're on a recce, you could easily say, look, this is benefiting me if I go and do a photography course. If you have a hobby, go and do a course. Go and do, if you're a level 2 gym instructor already, go and do a kettlebell course, saying I'm going to go and do a kettlebell course because it's going to help me benefit my troop, my platoon, by helping them maintain fitness. I'm sure there's a way around it. I never used one standing learner credit in the whole 16 years. Think of how much money I have wasted on courses, how much knowledge I have lost or I could have gained, okay? Secondly, you get enhanced learning credits that kick in after 4 or 6 years. The first lot is £1,000 over 3 tax years. So you get £3,000 in total. When you hit your 8-year point, that doubles to £2,000 per tax year. So you get a total lot of £6,000. Once again, if you use them while you're serving, they have to benefit the military and yourself. But once you're in your final year and you leave, you can do them on whatever you want, as long as the company signed up to SHOKZ. They've continued to drop it for how long you can use them after you leave the military. It used to be 10 years, then 5. I believe you can only use them for up to 3 years after using the military. So you have to be pretty quick with them. The way it works, same with the standing learning credits. You have to pay a minimum of 20%, and then you get 80% or the maximum of amount of what it is, as long as it's not over 80%. And you can use that towards all the courses. So really, really, really good. So plan to leave as soon as you start, but don't let it get in the way of your career, but have it in the back of your mind going, oh, I've got a hobby in this, or when I leave, I think I might want to do this, so I'm going to start doing courses. There's also loads of free courses online. Check out Open University and other websites. I did a free mental health course. It was like a bit like mental health first aid, completely free. Did it in my own time, walked away with a certificate and qualification. So that's the best thing you can do. Speak to, possibly your clerks. You don't like to be called clerks now, but sort of the human resources or whatever they're called, basically. Especially the accountants sort of split team, or someone who's got a bit of knowledge. Troop leaders sometimes do this. I've seen a very good troop leader once. She basically was doing financial sort of lessons for the younger soldiers. Get all over your finances. Invest in property early on if you can. You can do a consent to let very easily when in the military. So you can buy a property, and because you move around a lot, you can basically rent it out under a consent to let without having to get a buy to let interest rate. So it saves you money there and having to go through sort of the buy to let legal stuff. So when it comes to the mortgage side, so invest in property and then just stay in contact with people. Leaving the military isn't as daunting and as hard as it actually is. Okay, we all get a bit scared and worried, and we mentally sort of drop when we leave. A lot of that is most probably to do with the social aspect. In the military, it's very social life. You're either in the block, married quarters, you're all fucking around each other all the time. And when you leave, you definitely lose that. Being in civilian world, the banter is definitely different in majority of jobs. What you can and can't do is definitely different sometimes. So when you leave, stay in contact. I'm not going to lie, and I don't want to beat down the British Army or the military for this, but they are useless at staying in contact. Once you leave, you're gone. You're just a number, okay? You're just another soldier. No one's contacted me but my friends. No chain of command, just quickly checking on you in like the first 6 to 12 months. There is none of that. I haven't joined an association yet, but I think I'm going to get that social aspect again and chat with old friends and meet new friends as well from, maybe they joined years before me and they've left and they're part of the association still. Join a few WhatsApp groups. I'm not the biggest fan of social media, but I do like Instagram, so follow a few people and just stay in contact. Don't isolate yourself. It's very easy to, because you sort of leave the military and you go back to possibly your hometown or somewhere else and you're not around them all the time. So I do try and message a few people quite a lot, especially my close friends, to sort of stay in contact with them. And then I get in touch with other people as well. And then if you're massively struggling, just get in touch with sort of any sort of mental health charity, your association, Royal British Legion or anything. They're really, really good. But yeah, just stay in contact with people. Your chain of commands, once you leave, you leave. Okay, there's no chasing up, and okay, it's just a job at the end of the day, so you can't blame them. So stay in touch with people, and hopefully people stay in touch with you. But my number one advice is just, find a hobby that you really, really like in the army and you think, I could do this as a job when I leave, which is going to make it easier when you leave mentally as well, because you do something you enjoy. And then just throughout your whole career, just do little mini courses, a couple of big courses, try and get the military to pay for a majority of it if you can, using the standing learning credits and enhanced learning credits. And then when you leave, that's something you can fall into. And you may say, why am I going to do this? I'm going to do the full 22 years. I'm going to get a lump sum and a half decent pension. One, the pension's changed, so you don't get as much of a payout monthly when you leave. Two, anything could happen. You could get medically discharged. Go and check out Lee Davis. Lee runs Ultras and Pursue Purpose. I forgot his YouTube name now. How bad's that? Go and check out Lee Davis. Looking to do a long military career. Did quite a long time and then got medically discharged. And I've seen it happen to others. So he's now had to leave and find something to do. So Pursue Purpose, that's it. Is his military channel, YouTube channel, and he's also got Lee Runs Ultras. He runs 2 sort of channels and 2 Instagrams. But go and check him out. Like, you think you're going to do a full career, but anything could get in the way. Life, family, or you could get medically discharged and you've got to go and find something new. So make sure you're prepared for when you leave. Don't leave it right up until the last year or the last 6 months. I was quite lucky. I sort of knew what I was doing when I was leaving, and I had prepared for a couple of years, few years, and then the last year I really went at it when I was on my resettlement sort of year. So, but yeah, don't be afraid to say, like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I leave. Right? I need to knuckle down. I need to get a plan. Get it on paper. If you're still unsure, write loads of things down that you think you might enjoy. Right? Don't leave it till the last minute. I've seen so many people sign off. You ask them, they're 3 months into their like 3 months into resettlement, and it's like, what are you doing when you get out? I don't really know yet. I've not even done any courses. You've only got 9 months left. I've seen it happen even down to the last 6 months. Make sure you're prepared. Plan to leave the army when you join, but enjoy your career no matter how long you do. Hope that video was helpful. I'll keep doing little videos on this. I've had a few people contact me about this, and I'll talk through my experiences, but that's what I'm going to do in this video. I don't want it to be too long. So use that. I'll do a future video talking about my experiences, and I'll continue to do it. And hopefully my videos will help you if you're already left and you're struggling. Then send me a message, send me an email, whatever it is you want to do. Hopefully I can help. Join the free Discord. It's a little community. We've got people in there from all over the world, in the military, not in the military, looking to join the army, just left the army, whatever it is, get in there. Let's build a community. Let's help each other. And if you're struggling and thinking what you're going to do when you leave the military and you want some help, then send us a message as well. But I hope this first video has helped. Like I said, I'll continue to do a few more videos on this, and I'll talk about my experience, and maybe I can get other people on as well. And I will speak to you soon. But make sure you check us out on Instagram, check out our website, and I'll see you soon.